Begin. Start your timer. Let's get started. Quick 10-minute workout. How easy is that? Keep our timer in a nice place where you can see it and keep on jumping. Remember your alternatives. If this is too hard and you can't leave the ground, you could just go up and down, come close to leaving the ground. If you need to warm up and progress to that during the workout, that's fine. Or you could go one foot to the other. This is the easiest method. Or a little harder, bounce, progress. Every time you work out, you want to progress just a little bit if you can, or go to that jump. Remember, you could go between all of these different exercises or alternatives throughout your whole workout. You're going to learn how to create a gym in your back pocket within this program. So when you're jumping, you want to contract the abdominal muscles. Excuse me. You want to contract your total body tension just for one quick second on that impact. And when you impact, you want to impact like a cat. Smooth. Even if you jump high, you're still landing like a cat. And if you want an alternative, more intense workout, start jumping like you're on a trampoline and make your balance really challenging. You could pretend like you're jumping rope. You could do whatever you want with your hands. You could do a alternative jumping jack. And you could also do your jumping jack as your bounce. We're going to do this exercise for just 3 minutes. If you follow day 1, everything is written out. We also have a warrior's guidebook for all the cues that I just mentioned about keeping really relaxed body, shaking your arms out, about being aligned and keeping the crown of your head over your tailbone, breathing deeply, audibly, so that a person across the room could hear you. Relax on the exhale. And in this exercise, you're putting a little more energy into the up phase than the down phase, yet it's hardly noticeable. 31 more seconds for our 3 minutes in the bounce. And you're just gonna let all your stress and anxiety fall to the ground. You should already start breathing a little heavier, a slight pant. You should feel that burn in the localized muscle. These are all part of your one-word reminders in your progress map, or your map of progress. And 5, 4, in 3 seconds, we're going to go to the toddler squat. And we're doing our toddler squat. Remember, you can just do 1 inch. Look at that 1 inch movement. 1 inch movement, or heaven to earth. Heaven down to earth. Heaven to earth. You can move your hands in a variety of different ways. Either this or the opposite like I started out with, or your prayer squat, hands together at the heart. Now you can progress to 2 inches. If this is no problem, keep on squatting deep. Deep as you can, this true toddler squat. Keeping your heels on the ground, getting your hamstrings to touch your calves. An easy way is sitting back in a chair and back up. Put a chair behind you if you need to. And once you could progress to about 50 reps, then you could know you could go deeper down. When you could do about 50 reps or 2 minutes of this squat, no problem, then you could even start adding that millimeter jump. Remember, there's always a way to make each one of these exercises more intense or less intense. We're doing this exercise for 2 minutes. That's 1 minute. So you might want to adjust. If it's too easy, you're not panting or breathing heavy, make it a deeper squat. Even if it's a little squat, you can make it into a jump squat, or you could increase your pace and keep on doing a faster squat. All of these are from your one-word map, one-word reminders, your pace, your range of motion, your progression, your rest, meaning don't rest, don't sit at the top here and rest. Keep on moving. You want to keep that tension throughout your core, throughout the whole exercise. Really tightening up the core. In 10 seconds, we're going to go to the down or the yoga push-up. And we're gonna do it for 1 minute. And right into that exercise. Hips are up highest point, and then hips are the lowest point. You're looking between your thumbs, and then you're looking up at the sky. Hips up with your abdominals and core, and then hips slowly lower down. This is a quick motion. This is a slower motion. If this is easy or not too hard, dive in. Forehead, chin, chest to the ground. Forehead, chin, chest, hips to the ground and look up. Remember, you could alternate that to be just a 1-inch motion instead of a 90-degree full range of motion bend. Breathing super deep, paying attention to that wonderful clock. Pardon me. Keep on doing your exercise. Hips up, dive in. Hips up, dive in. Nice and easy exercise. Hips up, dive in. And then we're going to go right down to our last exercise, the modified cobra. And from here, you're going to put your elbows stacked directly underneath your shoulders. Here you can see a perfect view of me. Hips are flat on the ground. And we're going to sit here for 4 minutes in our modified cobra. Keep in sight all your helpful maps and maybe your workout so you can have guidance and power. For today, day 1, you could use your map of progress and you could use your warrior's guide to perfection. So you have your map of progress right here. Simple, easy, 1-page printable. You could pant so hard that you breathe heavy. If you did not accomplish that, try and increase your range of motion. You should burn. Work so hard you feel the burn in the localized muscle. You should increase your range of motion until you have a full range of motion. Your pace should increase the pace or the speed for intensity. You can also slow it down if it's too intense. Rest. Decrease rest until constant contraction of the muscle. And the heart is one of those muscles. Breathe. Breathe intentionally as deep as possible throughout the whole workout. Your tension. Increase core tension and total body tension. Your timer. Do 1 minute instead of no minutes. If you don't, or if you're lacking the motivation, make sure you do 1 minute. Be consistent, create a ritual, and do this daily. Remember why you are training. Motivation. Self-motivate instead of procrastinate. Motivation is the reason or reasons one have for acting or behaving in a particular way. It is from 1873, the act or process of furnishing with an incentive or inducement to action. Perhaps borrowed from German, attested in 1854 for the use of inner or social stimulus for an action. So realize your loved ones. What are you training for? Who are you training for? How do you want to function? How do you want to see yourself? How do you want loved ones to see you? These are all very important questions to ask yourself. Make sure you're equipped with your timer so you realize how easy it is to do this for 10 minutes. You could create net time when you're in this modified cobra position and read something. Or you could also push up here and get a little extra of a stretch for about 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute. We have 50 seconds left, and I'm gonna go for that extra little stretch. Put your shoelaces to the ground instead of your feet for this exercise to get a full stretch of the abdominal cage and the lower back. This is a great stretch to do for 4 minutes every day, specifically the modified cobra, to do for 4 minutes every day, because we are doing the opposite of this motion for so long, typing in our screens and looking forward. 18 more seconds. Remember, you have this alternative. And remember the other words for motivation: incitement, inducement, impulse, inspiration, stimulation, stimulus. Get stimulated, enjoy your day. Thank you for choosing